Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So today we are having Prinsley, and guess what? He's from Cameroon. So we're going to be having a brief discussion with him and try to hear his story, try to know what's up with him, and he's going to give us some tricks on how he has been able to sustain himself here in Estonia. So welcome Prinsley. How are you doing today?
I'm good, and you?
Very, very well. So how did you leave Cameroon? Like, how did you find yourself in Estonia?
Oh, it's a very long story, but the idea of Estonia came to me from my aunt who was based here in Estonia.
Oh, she's here in Estonia.
Here in Estonia, and she saw that that I was like, wasting my time, if I may say that in Cameroon, because I finished school and I was already doing my bachelor's degree. I was already in level 2, and I was like an Anglophone, but studying in French, and was quite kind of stressful. But she saw that I had like a good background in terms of academics, and she said, there's an opportunity in Estonia, why not try? And my dad also, I think we can make it possible, and that's just how I found myself in Estonia. That's
a very good one. You know, when I actually got into Estonia, people were like, why Estonia? Why Estonia? You know, why Estonia? So I would want to ask you, have you ever come across that question? Maybe you've been asked, why Estonia?
I've been, each time I'm like talking to someone, when they ask me which country are you based, I say Estonia, and they're like, where is Estonia? It got to a point where when they ask me again, I just prefer to say Finland, because I don't like speaking, where it's from, which continent or the location. Like, you just ask me now, so I'm based in Finland, and the story just got short.
That's a good one. That's a good one. You know, Estonia is a very beautiful country, isn't it?
Very beautiful. I can't say less, but I'm very comfortable in Estonia. I compared to like stories I get from others, like from other countries, like in Estonia with basic salary you can survive daily. That's pretty advantageous for a student. I'm a student also, and it accommodates me, and I can easily pay my fees, feed myself, and fend for my daily needs.
So you're a student, right?
Yeah, a student.
Bachelor's or master's?
Bachelor's degree in politics and governance.
That's nice. That's nice. So how long have you been in Estonia?
Yeah, I came to Estonia in 2019, so that was maybe
2019.
2 years and some months.
So how has it been so far?
I came, when I came, they told me I came in the season of grace. Because you know Estonia is very cold, and
it wasn't cold then.
Yeah, it wasn't cold then, and I was like, if I came in the season of grace, I want to experience the real time, the real deal. So last year, last year I started last year November until let's say February. I've been experiencing it. I was like, I'm not prepared for this. So because you know, Cameroon is one of the hottest regions in Central Africa. Like, if not Cameroon is the hottest, the region I was living, the littoral region.
Lagos is also hot. Nigeria is also hot.
The second hottest.
I've never been to Cameroon, so I wouldn't say Cameroon is the hottest.
Yeah, I'm not saying what I want to try to say, even if it's not categorized like the hottest, the way I was living is the second hottest region in Cameroon, after the far north region. So coming here and experiencing a new form of weather was something different, that I was so surprised that I could easily adapt.
Adaptation is key.
I was born for this.
That's one thing I notice about we Africans. We are easily able to adapt into any condition we find ourselves. That's good. That's good. So far, so good. Estonia has been good to you, right?
Very good, very good. I would say it's one of. I haven't been to many places, but being here it's like a beautiful story, beautiful love story, I can say.
So, have you been able to visit the neighboring countries?
Not yet. I haven't found the time to say because since I came, work, studies. I came here for the money, let me focus on what I came here for, and And I'm really striving to like visit other countries.
That's good. That's good. So, what would you say about the Estonian food? How do you see that the Estonian food?
Estonian food. I will lie if I say I have an idea because I haven't like really tried Estonian.
Even the porridge.
Nah. Most of the times it's the Indian foods I really like it. Yeah, Indian foods, but I'm really up to testing the Estonian. Maybe someday.
Estonian food is nice, so maybe you could just get some of them from the stores. Just try them out and.
Yeah, I remember I tried this. I don't know if I can consider it as Estonian food. I tried some chicken wings. It was sweet and sour. I don't know, from an Estonian like restaurant, and it was kind of promising. Like that was the first time I tried something else apart from KFC and Indian food, and it was okay. Kind of good to try new things. Yeah.
Okay. So, how easy was it for you to settle in when you got to Estonia?
You know, coming to any new environment is like kind of complicated. So the first 3 to 4 months was like challenging, but I still found a way like to like find like my own way through the difficulties. I had a job pretty early without even having the residence permit, and
seriously?
Yeah. I was easily adapting, and I started doing some stuff and started fending for myself at the early stages of my arrival. But going through, you can say we all have this experience. Pandemic has been really hard on us.
Yeah,
it's really hard on us, and it kind of slow things. But yeah, but I can say grace found me, and I've never like felt like that urge that no, Estonia is difficult, I need to leave. That's always been like good.
So was it also difficult for you to get your residence permit?
Not really. It took the normal procedure, I think 3 months, and came out.
Yeah. 3 months. That's good. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, I've never really had a challenge in Estonia. I could say Estonia is like my lucky charm in terms of like for someone visiting the first country for your first time.
So Estonia is your first country you've ever traveled to?
Yeah.
That's great. That's
very
nice.
favorable, and I can say it's my lucky charm country. Like, yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
So how likely are you to recommend Estonia to people?
On a scale to 1 to 9.
1 to 10.
1 to 10, I would say a solid 9.
Solid 9.
Yeah, solid 9.
So what's your reason for choosing 9?
It has been good for me, and I think if someone was to come to Estonia by recommendation, like me, I think you could easily find its way, because like Estonia is like one of those countries, like I compare it to like maybe Germany, France, even though it's small, but the sociality amongst maybe not too much with the Estonians, but when you walk around during the summer, you see blacks, and yeah, you feel like okay, I feel myself like comfortable, like seeing my own people at least. And another thing is we have these social gatherings, and there's these groups on Facebook. You just need to connect to the right source, connect to the right people, and things move pretty smoothly. Like I've never encountered a situation where you like ask for help, no matter the situation, that you don't get the help, especially on Facebook groups, WhatsApp groups, stuff like that. Pretty
that's great.
Yeah.
So I would also want to ask you, what is that thing you've seen in Estonia you would want to take back home to impact to the system back home?
Yeah, that's a very great, nice, good question. One thing I have, like, that really marked me in Estonia, I had this course I studied called participative design, and during this course I learned a lot about information and like administration, like combining both together to make things easy and work. And the country where I come from, everything is still like on paper and pen, and we're still keeping records on paper and pen, and like I was really impacted to like each day I like stumble on this course, I get new ideas. Okay, I could implement this software for this particular case. Like for example, we have this like this case in my country where to make an ID card is like a big hustle. You really need to process papers, stamps, stamp paper. But if you like get this into like like to computerize this stuff, like people will, because right now in my country to make an ID card, after processing all the document and submitting it, you have to wait like 3 months.
I kind of feel it's in all the African countries.
Especially the part of ID card.
The same thing is applicable in Nigeria.
Yeah, and I really felt like I was like made to study this so I could like bring this. It's just like put it all your effort, put it like your determination and find the possible resources and ways to make it happen. That's just it. I really feel like Estonia in general, e-governance and stuff is something that we could learn and implement. Just that we have to have like our government to favor us, stuff like that.
See, one thing I think for me, I would say one thing I know that would help Africa as a continent, I say, is the system allowing we that were able to study outside of Nigeria. You know, we've been able to see how things are done in the other parts of the country and the other parts of the world, though. And I wouldn't say our politicians don't know all this, but then, they've been able to visit other places, living in other places. Some of them have houses there, though. And for me, I kind of wish that they would allow us that we're able to study outside, come back to contribute our own positive quota, you know, to the development of our own country. But it is what it is, though. It is what it is.
Yeah, we belong to a country where people are allowed to, like, the intelligent one who have studied abroad and have all these resources are left on their own. The Europeans say, okay, you are good, we take you, but in your own home country you are not recognized, and that is the kind of the challenge we are facing. And we pray that with time everything changes so we could bring all this knowledge that we acquire right here in Estonia and like maybe other parts of European countries back home. That would be very valuable.
So you're from the French-speaking part of Cameroon?
No, I'm from the English part, but I've lived all my life in the French part.
Oh, so you know how to speak French?
Yeah, I speak French well.
Wow, that's
I studied in French for 11 years in English, then 2 years in French.
So what was that thing that made you come up with taking a bold step to leave Cameroon?
I would say the encouragement from my family. That would be the first thing, and me, I've always wanted to like try new places, change environment, because I've been in one spot like the entire the rest of my life, and it was like that one golden opportunity to say, okay, you can fly on your own now. Like go and be responsible. Go and be responsible.
So was it easy getting out of Cameroon to Estonia?
Not easy, bro.
Do you mind narrating the experience? Just brief.
My problem started right at the airport. Like
which of the airports?
Yeah, Douala International Airport.
In Cameroon.
Like the story was, I paid for one way and the agency accepted that it was one way, but arriving on the day of departure, they told me I have to pay 2 ways before leaving. So I was like, they said if you don't pay 2 ways, you are not leaving. I usually say this, Grace found me that day that my dad was around, because normally my dad is someone who always travel, he never works in the country, always travel, and that day was just the day he arrived. And when we explained the situation, he had to arrive at the airport immediately and withdraw money for us to pay 2 ways. That's where our trouble started. Arriving in India was another struggle.
You went to India to get your visa?
India to get my visa here. Arriving in India was another stuff. Leaving one hot temperature to another hotter temperature.
Hotter temperature indeed.
Or something else. Like, we spent 1 week in India. It's a good place though, the culture, everything. That was the first time I could say I left Africa and I entered another country that felt like Africa. Like I was seeing African dishes, the cocoyams, like stuff that we usually see in African market, but in India, apart from the heat though, that was one of the most astonishing things, like seeing, like in India, you could prepare like you are preparing like in Africa. And the culture was like, oh, these are the stuff we usually see on TV, like seeing it lively right now, visiting Delhi, visiting all the other streets. And from there we had to, getting the visa was another stuff. Because when we arrived there, they told us that we had to book an appointment before going to the embassy. Going to the embassy, they said if no appointment, no visa, they had to find another strategy that, we had to call the embassy. While in India, we needed to call the embassy to tell them that, okay, the problem is that we never had an information that we needed to book an appointment before coming to the embassy. So can you just grant us this mercy that, okay, this is just one case scenario, just grant us this mercy. And the embassy was like, okay, we have taken down your names, to meet you on this day and this day, and like going smoothly. Finally arrived, we deposited the document, you know. In the visa interviews, always like like convenience stuff. We are always stressed up. We are like, I need to answer the right questions. This woman, like, yeah, because you know, ladies are like they can change. Yeah, so we're like, okay, you need to answer the right question. If not, this is your last chance. If not, you have just one way to go back to Cameroon, and going back to Cameroon, you know, the atmosphere. We saw you travel. What happened? Why are you back? And yeah, and that was where fate had to play an important game. After depositing the document, we had to like rely mostly on our faith, and it went smoothly. We obtained our passports, the visa was stamped in it, and yeah, getting the flight, dropping in Istanbul, spending the night in the airport in Istanbul before flying the next day. So arriving now in Estonia was like breath, like that light body that everybody just left your body. Yeah. So that was it.
That's a very good one. It's a very good one.
Yeah.
I believe people out there will be able to also hear your story, and I feel it's going to be a form of motivation, you know, because it's not easy living in the western parts of Africa, coming out here. And come to a country you've never heard about, and trying to, you know, do exploit, and so it's a very good one. So guys, we have come to the end of today's episode, and we would like you to subscribe to this channel. And today's video is sponsored by Picksafe Travels. Picksafe Travels is a company that gives you the best travel experience, as you would surely smile while you explore the world. They are cheap, fast, and affordable. I will drop the information on the description. Go check them out, guys. So guys, that's all I have for you today, and I would see you in the next one. Peace out.